We live. Are we live, ladies and gentlemen? I think we are. Let me check YouTube. Let me check Twitch. YouTube is not up yet. Now it's up. Okay, YouTube is up. Twitch is also up. Nice. All right, cool. Today we are hoping to not run into any technical difficulties. We're going to be going through a couple of different things. This will probably be maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hour stream. The goal of this stream is twofold. One, we are going to essentially break down exactly what I did to get the first 1,000 people to use my platform and how it worked, what happened, how I marketed it, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad, the happy, the exciting, the not so exciting. You know, we're going through all of it from day one or from start to finish and where we are now. I'm also going to do that in order to essentially have like a quick recap video. What do you call it? So I could turn that into a YouTube video. It'll probably be like a 5 to 10 minute YouTube video. Nothing crazy, pretty short, sweet, and to the point. And then after that, well, actually, to start off, we're actually going to, we're actually going to start with initializing a command with Claude Code to Vibecode the next iteration of Vegas this weekend. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. I got to make sure that the Claude environment Visual Studio Code is working appropriately and as expected. I'm going to pull up the Vegas This Weekend app. We'll go through it, and then we'll actually start vibe coding. Going to walk through the next iteration, which is essentially having, right now it's all mobile optimized. So even if you go on the website through desktop, it shows up as a mobile app or mobile UI UX. So I want to keep the mobile UI UX good for if you're viewing on mobile, but if you're viewing on desktop, I want a desktop view that's more appropriate and customary that to what people are used to when it comes to those types of interactions and UIs, user experiences. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. I think you guys are good. But yeah, hope everyone's week's going well. It's been a long week, but we're here at the home stretch. Gonna live stream for the end of Friday. Come enjoy the weekend. Maybe do some more vibe coding over the weekend as well, depending on how far we get today. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen, share what I'm looking at here. Boom, bada boom, bada bing. This is what we got. This is on the left side. Again, this is Visual Studio Code. This is the, I believe it's called the IDE. Essentially, instead of using the computer terminal, I'm using Visual Studio, and this is where all the code happens. So we'll enter our first prompt here, and then on the right side, this is Vegas This Weekend. That's the app that I've been building, and then we have to initialize the local host for stats. But let's get right into it here. All right, Claude, we are going to start up here. So I want you to open the Vegas This Weekend folder. I want you to read the files in terms of where we left off and the overview of where we left off. And I want you to align and verbalize what next steps we need to take in terms of action items. And then I also want you to initialize the local host admin dashboard so I can access it on my local environment. All right, sweet. Let's get that running. And yeah, just as a recap, again, this is Vegas This Weekend. It populates events that are coming up primarily for this weekend. And then you can click in it, get a full detailed version, look at the event website, and purchase tickets yourself or save it to your account. Oh, God. Okay, already something busted up. That's not good. Come on. I think it's probably just because of the fact that I started initializing this, so the app is acting a little funky, but that's okay. We're going to start the admin server here. That's good. We should be ready to go here in just a second. And then, yeah, like I mentioned, the big thing that we're trying to push for vibe coding today is getting a separate desktop optimized version. Right now we have the mobile optimized version. Now we need the desktop optimized version. And it'll probably have all the different filters shown right at the top. And then I also have my phone on here just so I can check on my phone. Let's see if Vegas this weekend looks good on my phone or not. It looks fine. So that's good. That's the staging environment. Staging environment looks good. VegasThisWeekend.com. That also looks good. Okay. Everything looks good. Nothing's broken. Trying to get the admin dashboard set up, and I'm not sure why the desktop version right now looks kind of funky, but we'll figure it out. Okay, there we go. We're back. Relaunched it. It's good to go. Okay, admin dashboard is set. We are good to go there, and then now it's giving us the action items that we left off on, which is great. We'll refresh this. We got the admin view. We have 2 people signed up. Not as many as I'd like, but that's okay. We messed up the stats anyway. And all right, this is where we left off. So we have stats on the right side here for Vegas this weekend. And then where we left off. API is healthy. Catalog is down to 9 coming events. That's fine. Tiebreaker, check it first. From the home screen. 1%. No, that's fine. That was after our post. No, this is all fine. We're actually going to put all of these on the back burner. Right now, we are going to optimize for another piece of feedback that I think makes sense. The way Vegas this weekend is right now, it's only optimized for mobile. So it's optimized for when you open it in browser on your phone. But if you go on desktop and open up VegasThisWeekend.com, it shows the mobile version, similar to kind of like what an emulator would look like. I want to have 2 separate versions. So I want to start building in our staging environment to create a desktop version as well as keep the current mobile version. Map out exactly what that would entail if it's plausible, and we'll go from there after we get alignment. Do not build anything just yet. All right, so that is going to give us a pretty good starting point here. We need to understand what it entails to create a desktop version of Vegas this weekend. Obviously, this is the Vegas this weekend. And if I expand it, this is the desktop version. So obviously not very intuitive for desktop users. And because we don't have an actual mobile app yet, unless you save it to your own phone, this is not ideal for desktop. So that's why we're trying to push for a desktop version as well as a mobile version. And I think it's going to be pretty straightforward because the mobile version is what I believe is more difficult from what I understand. So the fact that we're able to build out the mobile version first, I think puts us in a really good spot to build out the desktop version. So while Claude is working on that, we are going to look at what else. And then again, like I said, after we figure out what Claude Code is doing, we're going to be letting it run in the background. And then we're going to just start recording what I'm going to be using as the YouTube video to break down how Vegas this weekend got its first 1,000 users. And spoiler alert, I use Reddit. And Reddit's awesome. I only just started using Reddit this past January, maybe February, and it's a lot of fun. It's distracting because it feels like I'm engaging in actual like good conversation with people, and scrolling on Reddit feels more intellectually stimulating than the brain rot that I get on TikTok or Instagram. So yeah, I mean, it's probably all in my head, all of it's social media, so it's not like it's amazing off the rip or anything, but it is a really fantastic platform for just discovery, looking at entertaining news that isn't just pure brain rot video. And then, yeah, it also helped me launch and get my first 1,000 users to get my initial feedback for the platform, which is fantastic. Okay. Let's see here. This is giving me the breakdown. This might be a large undertaking that we might not be able to do. So we'll see. We'll have to go through the whole log here and see what it entails. So initially we have a rule. Yeah, it's a hard size cap. Let's see. We'll eat the time. It isn't obvious from looking at the site. Document scroll. What changes concretely? Filter bar. Yeah, the filter bar has to be completely different. If you guys remembered, the current filter bar looks like this, where you have today, this weekend, and any time. So this is like future events. And then you have the filters button, which pops up all the different filters we have. We're going to essentially need to have a different filter that's just in like a top bar navigation for the desktop view, which is fine. I think it's doable for sure. But let's see what this says. Does not change. It's fine. So two little builds. Design freedom, but I don't really care for the iPad use case. It's probably so slim. I think I go with the forked for sure. Third of the ongoing cost. No front end test. That's all right. That's all good and well. One app, forked layout. How should the event list look on desktop? Not a card grid. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll stretch out the mobile layout. Let's see what it starts doing. I hope it doesn't start building. Scar, yo, who do we have here? What's good? We got you, Scar. What's up? All right, so, okay, great. Claude Code isn't building yet, which is great. It's just going to map out the spec on what we need to do, essentially the product requirements document, so that we're aligned and good to go on everything. How am I doing? Dude, I'm doing great, man. Thank you for asking. How are you? How are you, sir? How are you, sir? Hope you're doing well. All right, what we're building, one app, desktop composition, filter becomes present. Yep, I built it in this. Hook and shell. Good, found sticky. Bound the column, size the rows forward, detail 2 column. Full session is fine. Let's see. In this scenario, for the UI and UX for the desktop version, I want to emulate what already is known to work, which is the layout of Eventbrite and similar event platforms, where you have each of the events or activities listed kind of in like a wider one column that has a thumbnail image, the title, and a brief description, similar to the cards that we already have for Vegas this weekend as it is right now. But now we just need to have the filter bar probably be at the top in terms of the day, the time. We have it as today. What do we have it? We have it as today, this weekend, and anytime. plus the additional filters that you have to click into, which are vibe, pricing, alcohol free or not. And then I believe there was another filter, but you know, verify the filters we already have currently. But that is the format that I want the desktop version to look like. The mobile version, we keep it as is. No need to change any of the UI UX for that. Does that make sense? And is it plausible to have it dynamically changed based on the type of device that is opening the website vegasthisweekend.com? All right, let's send that over. Glad to hear I'm good. One of my tooth is hurting, but I have to wait for my dentist to open on Monday. They're closed on Saturday, so painkillers it is. Oh my gosh. Dude, your teeth hurt to the point where you need painkillers? Mouth and teeth pain is unreal. Like, because you have so many nerves. The nerve endings on your teeth are so sensitive. I hope that gets better, man. That's always really frustrating. Okay. So we got that going. While that's going, I'm going to solve a Rubik's Cube just because it's kind of how I like to pass the time nowadays. First, you start off with the white cross as follows. So first, you start off with the white cross at the top. White cross at the top. And then after the white cross, then you want to match up the white corners to their respective colors, which obviously makes sense. All right, there you have it. We got the full white top now. Okay, let's go back to the build real quick. Holy, okay. Filters you actually have. Date, vibe, drinking, price. That's fine. Signal should be with, not device type. Okay, that's fine. Worth one flyer. The hook is already in the list payload. No backend changes. That's fine. Revise desktop layout. Okay, so this is like the quick desktop layout that it's giving us, which is actually pretty standard. We have the website, discover, saved lists. You have today, the filters. Then you have the day, number of events per day, and then you can click in. That's fine. Sticky. Yep, that's fine. All right, this looks good. I think we're aligned, and we'll make iterations. Make sure that we build this for the staging environment first. I do not want this going into production until we've finalized and fully verified this desktop UI UX. Let's get to building. All right, now we're off to the races, ladies and gents. The pain isn't that bad actually, but it's like a background pain. It isn't really hurting, but always in the background. Yeah, no, that always sucks. Like, that is always horrendous because it's like you can't escape it. It's just there. So hopefully you recover soon. I know that could be pretty tough. Thankfully, I haven't had any teeth pain in a while, but I know when it happens, it's just brutal. So drink liquids. Stay away from the solids. All right, now we're getting in here. Now what we're trying to do is get the second row across. So the center row across the entire Rubik's Cube. All right, so as you can see here, the two rows are all completed. And now we want to get a yellow cross everywhere. But after that, we want to make sure that the center on each side matches the color. So the center is green, but this side is orange. So that's a mismatch. This is green, this is orange, mismatch. This is red and red, it's good. This is blue center and blue, good. So now we got to fix that. So now green side, the center matches, blue side matches, orange side matches, and red side matches. Nice. So now we got to make sure that each corner piece is in the right corner. So for example, this corner piece has red and blue and it's in between red and blue. So that's good. But the others are mismatched. So that's what we need to go for now. And now we're all set. Now we just need to turn these the correct way, and we should have a finished Rubik's Cube. Nice. We did it. Crushed it. All right, we're going to allow edits on this session. Okay, now we're going to switch gears. I'm going to show you exactly how we were able to market and get our first 1,000 users on our platform. That is number one. A one, a two, a three. Let me get this started here. Let me pull it up, pull it up, put it up, put it up, put it up. Bro, where's my post? Why can't I find my post? Okay, I found it. Nice. That was easy. All right, give me a second, chat. Set this all up. It's not my first ride with a toothache, but still annoying. 30 to 40 times over the 5-6 years is insane. That's more than I've ever gone to the dentist. I think I go to the dentist like twice a year max. I'm honestly probably around maybe 45 times in my lifetime. Very interesting. All right. Okay, so we are going to break down how I got, what's it called? This is, how many impressions? 20,000 views. I guess I could look at more insights. I didn't know that. Sure. Upvote ratio, 91%. Okay, this is going to be gold. I love this. All right, so now we're going to be in a format where I'm going to be talking, doing like an intro like for YouTube. So bear with me. I know it's going to sound a little cringe, but that's what you got to do. And it's not going to be cringe. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. All right, we're going to break down everything from start to finish. We're going to start from this camera angle. And then I got to make sure that the recording audio is on two separate. All right, I'm going to actually, I got to turn the music off for this part. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. I'm going to curse. Oh, I don't like cursing online. Actually, I'm just going to put like a chicken sound effect afterwards, but a Reddit user called my UI. Okay. Someone on Reddit called my Vibecoded app dog. I don't even know how to go about it, guys. Oh man, this feels cringe. Maybe I go without the headphones. Maybe I just talk like this. What do you guys think? Think this is better? Could be better. Someone on Reddit. Or maybe I should, yeah. A Reddit user called my Vibecoded app dog, and that's how I got my first 1,000 users. That sounds like such an ad. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm trying. That's the hook. That's the hook for the video. Okay, guys. I'm trying to do a master class on vibe coding from start to finish, documenting everything from the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad, the happy, the mad. You know what I'm saying? So bear with me. I think it's just me in my own head, honestly. I'm going to try the intro one more time and then we'll go for it. Okay. A user on Reddit called the someone on Reddit. Yeah, I think this. I'll do this Reddit. I'll do this Reddit user. Okay, I got to shift over to this side. This side. This side. Give me a second. I'm gonna shift over. All right, that look good? Nice. I'll do this. This Reddit user. Okay, here we go. I've never recorded a video live like this. It's fascinating. This Reddit, am I pointing? Yeah, okay. This Reddit user called my vibe coded app dog. And that's how which led to me, okay. And I'm going to shift back to the center. Which led to me getting my first 1,000 users to get some initial feedback. Which led me to get my first 1,000 users on my app. Which led to me getting my first 1,000 users on my vibe coded app. And here's how you can do it too. Which led to me getting my first 1,000 users on my vibe coded app. Here's how I did it and how you can do it too. Boom. All right, that's the intro. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay. Let's look at the actual app, okay? Jeez, this is where people came for. All right, I'm going to zoom in real quick. This is my app. It's called VegasThisWeekend.com. I live out here in Vegas, and every single week I live here in Las Vegas and trying to find new events to go to that aren't the exact same recurring weekly events on the Vegas Strip is surprisingly difficult. I'd commonly find myself going from browser to browser looking at Eventbrite. Actually, let's just pull up all the different websites. I think this way, this is what you want to do. You really want to find ways to, if you're live streaming, use live stream as the content itself and then plan out your actual YouTube videos on the live stream. So two birds, one stone. Follow Ludwig. He does a lot of this. Taeta. What's going on? Great to see you. Welcome to the stream. I'm suck at finding ideas to vibe code, then find out a whole freaking company already has done it in all the devices. That's actually not a bad thing. I'm not going to lie. Usually if there's competition, that means that the idea is worth it. That means huge companies have made lots of money building it. And so it's not necessarily a bad thing that you're trying to build it. Most things aren't original. It's actually really difficult to find like a unique idea. So if you really believe in it and you think you can improve on it a little and iterate on it to make it a better experience, I say go for it. So yeah, but yeah, let me pull up the different websites. These are all the different websites that people use to find events. I built an app called VegasThisWeekend.com because as a local who lives in Las Vegas, trying to find new events to go to every single week is surprisingly difficult. Every week, I would find myself going from website to website like Eventbrite, Las Vegas Weekly, Vegas.com, and they all say the exact same events, the exact same shows that happen every single week. Boom. Should I do it then? Dude, I say go for it. Like, what's stopping you? Vibe coding has reduced the barrier, and what I'm about to go through is the marketing aspect of it, or at least one strategy that you can use to market your app. The big thing now is everyone's talking about distribution. It's just you can build things. Anyone can build things, but can you get people to actually use it, like it, and keep using it? That's the difficult part now. So my solution is VegasThisWeekend.com, where I scrape my solution, VegasThisWeekend.com. I scrape the internet, also manually input different events that are more focused on local events and unique events, whether that be pop-ups, non-residency artist shows, community events, different types of different activities and events that you just normally don't see. My first pass at it was trying to make a swipeable version, similar to what you'd expect on Tinder, thinking that events would be much easier to skim through if you were able to swipe left and dismiss it, or swipe right to save it. All right, so now I did the intro. I talked about the hook. I talked about what I built, the problem. Okay, the problem it solves. With this app, I was trying to solve the number one problem that I faced, which was consolidating all of the different events that are unique to Las Vegas and generally more local than associated with the Strip, and trying to find it all in one place quickly, easily, browse through, and figure out what I want to do this weekend within minutes. Okay, that's the problem I wanted to solve. Now I talked through that. Why you twice think yourself actually pausing make you sound cooler? Are you saying I'm pausing a lot, or weird that I'm like going after it twice? What I've learned is like you want to do a couple of takes just so in post-production when you're actually editing, you actually have enough material to go ahead and talk and edit the right components, as opposed to not having anything to work with and you only have one session, because I kind of want to just record once. I show shorts. What does this app do? Oh, nice. All right. So in general, what this app does, Vegas This Weekend allows you to find unique events here in Las Vegas without having to jump across 5 or 6 different websites. Now, instead of going from Eventbrite to Las Vegas Weekly to Vegas.com to only see the exact same events, I can go to VegasThisWeekend.com, see all the unique events that a lot of these other sites don't have, and see exactly what I want to do this weekend within seconds. Yeah, maybe seconds. Now I'm like in this pitching voice mode. This is so weird. Okay, so I outlined the hook. I outlined what I built, why Vegas specifically, and then now I want to talk about how I chose to market it. Okay. So let's switch to the other screen. When it comes to vibe coding, everyone is saying that the barrier to build has never been lower. But now the barrier no longer... When it comes to vibe coding, everyone says the same thing. The barrier to build is no longer there. Now anyone can build. The real bottleneck is distribution and marketing. Can you actually get your vibe-coded app in front of people? Can they actually use it? Will you actually get some feedback and distribution? You did so good, bro. Just continue. I'm saying you don't pause is the problem. Short pauses is the move, and switching screens every minute is the best thing we have. Short attention span. Yeah, dude, I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, I'm going to keep switching screens back and forth. This is how I'm recording the YouTube video, but yeah, I appreciate it. I'm going to get better at this. This is the first time that I'm recording a YouTube video on a live stream and trying to do it both ways so that you guys can see what goes into it, and then you'll see the final product as well. And then we'll actually go through the vibe coding. But I feel like this is going to be really helpful for a lot of people that are vibe coding because, yeah, vibe coding is easy. You can kind of do it in your own room. You don't have to be in front of anybody. But when you go to actually, you know, get people to use it and see if you want to actually build something, build a business, or, you know, actually bring value to people, you need to get your app in front of people. All right, I'm going to try and stop doing more of the ad type talking and just be like, this is what I did. All right. So the way I thought about strategy here is VegasThisWeekend.com is not making any money right now. So I needed a way to distribute the app, get actual users and actual feedback, but I had zero budget to do so. Okay. The first place I went to is just my phone. I live here in Las Vegas. I have friends and family that live here in Las Vegas. So I'm able to just text them and say, hey, I made this app. It's going to help you find different events coming up this weekend. Or do you want to check this out? And just manually texting my list of friends that I've met here in Las Vegas. Anytime you're working on distribution, that's going to be your best bet because these people know who you are. They probably like you if you have their phone number, and they'll be more than happy to help you out, give you their honest feedback. Sometimes they sugarcoat things a bit too much, but for the most part, if you ask for candid feedback, people will give it to you. All right, next I'm going to go to Reddit. All right, sweet. The next place I looked at was Reddit. The next place I looked at was Reddit. I could have gone the route for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or Instagram Reels and made videos. But again, that takes time and costs. You'd have to create a whole new account. So I figured, you know what? Let's look at Reddit. This seems like a powerful tool for niches specifically. So I did some research and tried to find some Las Vegas specific Reddit subreddits. And so I found R Vegas as well as R Vegas locals. And I felt that my app was geared more towards Vegas locals because, again, I just didn't want the events and activities that are the common every single week, same shows, same events, same activities that happen primarily on the Strip. And if you're a Vegas local, there's so much to explore. There's Henderson, there's downtown, the Arts District, Summerlin, South Vegas. There are so many places here in Las Vegas with events that are happening every single weekend that get commonly overlooked. So I figured Vegas local seems like the best place. And I didn't overthink it. I think here, this is where authenticity, being genuine, and just being upfront about your intentions is really, really powerful and important. Okay, let me zoom in here. Sweet. You're enjoying this? Glad you're enjoying it. That's great. Can you tell us how to put subscriptions on your app? Because Stripe is giving me problems. I don't know which payment gateway I should use. Honestly, I haven't added payments to my apps just yet. So I would actually recommend either looking at Stripe's documentation or what's called searching YouTube videos, or just straight up talking to an LLM. Ask that exact same question to Gemini, ChatGPT, or Claude. All right, so let me go into the actual specifics of what I posted on Reddit. This here is my exact post on Reddit. I'll read it verbatim here. Couldn't find a good site for local Vegas events, so I built one, right? That's the hook. That's the title. And I said, I've been here almost 2 years now, moved from California in late 2024. I grew up visiting Vegas a lot, so I figured I knew the city pretty well until I actually started living here and realized how different it is when you're looking beyond the Strip. There's genuinely a lot going on, but finding things has been a pain. I'd end up on 6 different sites every weekend, and half of them have the exact same listings anyway. I built a simple, swipeable browser app to make that easier, VegasThisWeekend.com. I only have it stocked with events for this weekend as a first run, but curious if it's actually useful to anyone or if I'm missing the mark on how people discover new things to do. Would mean a lot for people to try it out. Then I link to it. Happy to hear what's missing or broken, and ultimately, I hope you find a fun event to go this weekend. P.S. I'm excited about everything happening at Uncommons this weekend. So again, this is just being really genuine, really straightforward. I'm giving two sentences of context, why I built this, where I came from, how long I've been living in Vegas, the exact pain on, why I even thought to build this. And this is real. Literally the past 2 years, every weekend when I try to find an event here in Las Vegas, it's a slog, man. I'm spending 30 minutes to an hour on a Thursday night trying to figure out what's going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Half of the events are fake listings. Half the events I actually say, hey, I'm going to go to this. And then the organizer emails me and says, oh, sorry, this listing's canceled. I don't know why it still shows up on Eventbrite. Sorry. Or it's just the exact same, Vegas strip shows like The Awakening, which are great shows. The O Show, Cirque du Soleil, this local bar does the exact same piano night or what have you. Not to say any of these events are better or worse, but they're just the same. And after living here 2 years and seeing it every weekend and going once or twice, I don't have any incentive or real desire to go to that event again. But yeah, so then I map out the exact pain, which I assume other people are feeling. Then I map out exactly what I built and what they should expect when they click on this link. They're going to expect a simple swipeable browser app. So it's an app that they open, they can swipe. Here's the link. I only stocked it for 1 weekend just as a first pass. So if people are going in there expecting, to plan out the next 3 months, this isn't it. I'm telling them up front, this is all you're getting. And unfortunately, I just need to know if it's missing the mark, what you like about it, what you don't like. And then I say it would mean a lot because you got to be gracious. I was really grateful. It's like, this is actually one of the first posts, if not the first post I've made on Reddit in I think my whole life. I might have posted one other, but I don't recall. And so if that's the case, I was like, this is kind of a crapshoot. I don't know what's going to happen. I've never marketed on Reddit before, but let me try it because this is a text-based post. Not to say no effort went into this, but comparatively to recording an entire video, significantly less effort was put into this post and got me astronomically better results, I would argue to say, than if I spent an hour trying to record a video and posting that video to TikTok, at least for the stage that my app is currently in. And boom, what this equated to was I got 20,000 impressions, 102 upvotes, 113 comments, and 1 repost. I'll look into the more detailed, this is your number one post of all. I'm pretty sure it's my only post. But for the first 48 hours, this is what happened. You see this? I got thousands of views within the first couple of hours. And that's where most of the traffic came. It was in the United States. So that's really powerful for my demographic. Obviously, it's in Vegas locals. So it already segments the audience to say, if you're in this, you're probably a local that lives in Vegas, more likely than not. And so that's really great. 91% upvote ratio. I would assume that that's pretty good. And then these are some of the comments. Now, in terms of what that actually equated to for my platform, this is my admin dashboard for VegasThisWeekend.com. So as you can see, here are the stats. We zoom in here. This is how I was able to get 1,200 visits and sessions, unique sessions of people coming to the website and trying it out. And from here, I got 731 events that were saved. 2 people signed up for the newsletter. Almost 4,500 events were skipped, and I had a save rate of 14%. So another cool thing is 111 people clicked on a website, which shows a pretty strong conversion, over 10% converted to clicking on a website. And a couple of things I want to point out, because I didn't do this great. There are things that I did well and some things that I did wrong. So let's map that out now. I'm going to shift over back to this side and then list out what I did well and what I did wrong. When it comes to the things that I did well, I think, one, not waiting to ship. It's better to just ship your app as long as it's defensible and it functions the way you want it to, and just get it in front of people. You cannot learn anything if you don't get it in front of people. If your target demographic never uses it, how are you supposed to learn and make the product better? It's so easy to just hide and continue building in the dark without ever letting anyone critique it or look at it. But that is a fatal flaw. So make sure, even though you can build quick now, make sure you ship quickly so that you can actually get some feedback and improve on your app. Okay, so that's number one. What else did I do well? The second thing I think I did well is really look at what your budget, what your constraint is, and what your timeline is. By identifying those factors, you can really figure out which platform, which channel is best for your scenario as well as your app. And you got to figure out, who your target demographic is. If you're trying to reach everyone, it's going to be really difficult. I think there's a really strong pull into why posting for me specifically in Vegas locals was really powerful. And then the last thing I think I did really well is put value. The last thing I think I did really well is value equally the positive comments and the negative comments. Now I'm going to go into the actual comments. Oh gosh. Go back to the center. The reason why this Reddit post is great is not because of the amount of views or the amount of engagement. Yes, obviously that's positive, but at the end of the day, I posted this primarily to get feedback. I needed people to test out the app, test out what I built to see if I'm even in the right direction or not. And thankfully I did, because whether they be great, really positive comments or really borderline mean comments, which is fine, that's what you need, they helped me drive the next version, which I was able to ship the day after. So if we actually look at some of the comments here, thankfully we had a lot of overwhelmingly positive feedback. We had really cool. My wife and I are big concert goers, and I've always had trouble finding a list of everything that is going on. Said the interface looks great, but there are so many events that swiping through everything for a single weekend is going to become tedious. This exact feature, swiping through events, that was literally what I thought was the golden egg. I thought that was going to be the unlock. First comment, it's actually the worst thing. It's the first thing this guy calls out of saying that he didn't like it. So big effort there. Then you got to make sure you comment and engage with the people that reply to you. If they took the time to check out your app, give it a test, and then gave you their authentic, very vulnerable and true opinions on what they thought, the least that you can do is comment back to them and say thank you. So I made sure to go ahead and thank every single person that made a comment. This one, I'm always looking for a list of weekend events. There's so much going on. I always miss something. This is cool. If you can list everything and keep it updated. Boom. Again, instead of swiping, he said, hey, can you make a list? All right, noted. I thanked him for it. He said he already saved it to his home screen. I got pumped up. This is exciting. Next comment here. I've been following this. So this is a totally different brand, but he was like, hey, this is what he follows. And I was like, oh, I actually never even knew about them. Turns out they're pretty good. And I'm learning, doing some market research. So also really beneficial. Says, this is great. Calendar view would be nice. I haven't had time to swipe through, but they're a local pop-up So boom, again, he wants a calendar view, not just a list view, a calendar view. And he said he doesn't have time to swipe. Boom, another indicator right there. First 3 comments, all commenting on the exact same thing. The UI UX just doesn't fit. If you're looking for calendar view, this guy already made it. And now I want to look at some of the more negative comments, because again, you need to weigh the positive and the negative comments equally. I think too many times we only focus on the positive or we only focus on the negative. It's really important to consider both ends to really figure out where to prioritize the changes. So this guy right here, is there not a list or anything? I have to swipe on each event like it's a dating app. So he said he doesn't like that. The fact that it's compared to a dating app was a negative experience for this individual. So boom, another person commenting on it. Thank you for doing this. As a concert goer, generally shocked at how difficult it can be. A centralized list of events is good. Interesting UI. If someone says something is interesting, a lot of times they're not about it. He prefers a full list. Again, preferring the full list. So many of these comments, whether it be positive or negative, are pointing to the same thing, the swiping feature, not what they want. They want lists. And now I want to scroll to the comment where he roasted me, because that one really got me. That one got me excited, honestly. Let's figure out where it is. I like this. I love that you put in option for alcohol free or kid friendly option. So boom, another positive piece of feedback. Now, where is the negative piece of feedback? Okay. It's a bad design on non-mobile. Consider getting event from Neon. Boom. Another thing. They just called it out. It's bad design. Okay. I checked it out and I gotta say, I don't like the Tinder format. I'd rather see a list or a grid instead of a deck of cards. Deck of cards were a tortured metaphor on Tinder, but basically it comes down to not wanting to save or skip something before being able to see other options. This comment alone was absolute gold, right? Not only did he say he disliked it, he literally broke down exactly why he disliked it, compared to the exact platform that I was basing it off of, and then explaining why that platform just sucked for him, right? So really, really strong indicators here of that piece. Now, I don't want to harp on this too long, so I got to, I'll move on. But again, I got to find out where that the negative comment is, the one that's the hook of this whole thing. Okay, right here. This guy, the legend, the absolute legend. All right, watch this. Have you considered not making the interface absolute dog? Here's one option, and you have to like it or reject it before you get anything else. I'm planning a weekend, not a date. This is a good example of not understanding that human behavior is highly modal. So when you hide an event just because in one modality it wasn't desired, you have made your entire service completely useless. Visceral reaction, so much passion. Off the bat, my initial reaction was I felt defensive. I was like, oh, why is he calling me out like that? That's messed up. Took a breath, took 2 seconds, and I started writing this comment. I appreciate the feedback. Your passion and intense dislike in the feature is a big signal for change. You have to look at this from the outside looking in. Don't take things personally, especially when I literally went to this subreddit to ask for genuine feedback. If after asking for genuine feedback, I go over here and start fighting people in the comments, that's just ridiculous. Like, what's the point? Why would I or you have asked for genuine feedback in the first place if you're not going to take it, right? And not to say that every negative comment or every positive comment is right or wrong, but you need to look at this in an unbiased perspective. That's the only way that you're able to iterate, see clearly, and figure out where you need to prioritize. Now, I've talked about this a bit much now, but hold on, I got to ban another person. Sorry for all these bots spamming me with this spam nonsense. Okay. So what you see here now in Vegas this weekend is a list view. This is something I did not have when I initially posted on Reddit. It wasn't until after I read all those comments that I realized, wow, I had such a visceral reaction on the negative side, and even the people on the positive side called out that they didn't like the core UI and UX of the whole app. The value they got from it was there, but the delivery of how I delivered that value was not. And so within the next, I think it was 14 hours, I went ahead and vibe coded the edit and I changed it up to address those concerns and really make sure that I heard them. I removed the swiping feature altogether and I made it more of this list style that you see now. And this I then launched and put into production. On top of that, I wasn't anticipating all that traffic, and so I had no way to capture these people, these visitors, these users. I didn't have any way to contact them again outside of their usage or their comments. And so I also added in this, add in your email, and then I'll be able to send you out emails. The thought was in a weekly basis on what events are worthwhile. So that's another thing, which is why in the stats, you only see signups for 2 in the newsletter. I shipped this email capture part, I think this iteration after the list feature. So I missed out on a lot there, but nonetheless, I got a lot of great feedback. All right, so went over that. I think I went over that in too much detail, but it's fine. Why Reddit, the post itself, what happened, the comments, the roast, the kind ones they all had in common, what I shipped after, what I do next time. Okay. Now the other thing I want to point out is after I shipped the newer version with a list view, I went through every single comment again and replied to the people that specifically talked about not liking the swiping UI and told them, hey, I just added the list view. Check it out. Thank you so much for your feedback, right? I'm focusing on mobile first here. Let's see. Let me go back to the top here. Boom. After I gave my thoughts, I said, and the next day, added a list view and more events. Check it out. Thanks again for the feedback. Right here, ignore the haters. Boom. Just added the feature to add the app to your home screen. If you hit share, then add to home screen, it will become an app-like icon on your screen. Thanks for the support. PS, eventually we'll launch this as a real app. Boom. Also, added a list view and more events. Check it out. Thanks for the feedback. Lists our numbers, number 1 on the update list for this. Great, fantastic. Again, added a list view and more events. Check it out. Thanks again for the feedback. The least that you can do when someone gives you valuable feedback is saying thank you, being gracious. And then if you actually do implement those changes, reach back out again and say, hey, without your judgment, without your feedback, I wouldn't have made this change. Thanks to you, I made this a change because it seemed like it was a high priority. And yeah, give the kudos back because I wouldn't have thought to do that. I would have just kept it as a swipeable app to the day I die because I thought that was where the UI UX had its advantage, where it didn't. Awesome. So now let's go to the final look. All right. So just a quick recap, what I do again. So just a quick recap, just because you get a negative piece of comment doesn't mean it wasn't no, I don't think that's the way I want to frame it. What's the best way to frame this? So just to recap. No. Thanks to Reddit, I was able to get my first 1,000 users while also getting roasted. And that's totally fine. If you want to vibe code, if you want to build, that's fantastic. Now everyone can build. Building is no longer the bottleneck. But what you really need to do is come to terms with getting your product out there, getting it in front of people, listening to both the good feedback and the bad feedback in order to drive your next version, your next iteration, your next update. Where I land with Reddit now is I think Reddit is a powerhouse when it comes to marketing and getting initial distribution on niche products. It's really about doing the research on the actual subreddits that are relevant to your product or your service and being genuine about what you're looking for. Now, if I asked for referrals, that might have been a different sell. If I asked for introductions to event venues or restaurants that would partner with me, probably wouldn't have gotten as much traction. But if it's a low lift ask, genuine feedback, hey, I built this to help myself. I hope it helps you. Let's figure out if this is what people are looking for. I think that's an angle that really is strong, especially based on these results. I have a lot of ways that I think I can improve, but we'll go through those in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found some value in this, and I hope that you start using Reddit as a potential channel for your initial distribution for your vibe-coded apps. Thanks so much, and we'll be out here on the next video. Let me know what else you want to see. I just said like 5 CTAs. It's probably bad, but it's all good. Thank you. All the love. Stay safe. Stay you. Okay, I'm done. I got to stop. Okay. Great job, everybody. Thanks for being here, watching me go through that. That is like 30 minutes of me yapping about this vibe-coded app, and I'm probably going to cut it down to probably a 5 to 10 minute video that I'll post here on the Mr. Lively YouTube channel. But thank you so much for being here for that, and let me know if I can improve. I show shorts, hearts, dude. All the love, man. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Korean, so I got that heart finger thing. All right, so now that we did that, now we can get back to vibe coding. Let's actually go and vibe code again. Cheers. Did some vibe coding initially. Now we're going back to it. Boom. Bada boom, bada bang. Vibe coding. Action. All right, so At the beginning of this, when I started recording that YouTube video, we had Claude Code go into my app Vegas this weekend. And now we're trying to make a desktop optimized version because obviously right here, as you see on the right side, it's optimized for a mobile viewing experience. So we're trying to now build a desktop version of it. So that's what we're going through. While we wait here, let me know if any of you guys have any questions because yeah, a lot of this is really waiting on Claude Code and aligning on the results and doing QA and testing after it launches. So as it's going through the build, let me know if you guys have any questions on anything marketing, vibe coding, what I've done. I'm not a professional by any means, but I have gotten very deep into the weeds of vibe coding, shipping products, and getting actual user feedback to try and grow platforms and services and apps. So happy to help where I can. And we got to drink some water as well. Phew. You boys parched. I have gotten very deep into the weeds of vibe coding, shipping products, and getting actual users. Gotta mute that. Wanted to see the live stream on a different channel. Okay, that's on YouTube. That's on Twitch. Okay. Yeah, thanks everyone for coming, for viewing. Actually, funny enough, I'm actually going to one of these events tomorrow. So the event I'm going to tomorrow is this: Las Vegas Aviators versus the Tacoma Rainiers. This is a baseball team. So I'm actually going to go to this event, and without this app, I might not have known about it. So that's exciting. The tickets weren't bad either, so that's good. Woo. Drink water, everyone. Okay, awesome. It looks like we're committing the desktop layout to staging, so we actually made progress. That's actually not bad. A 40-minute build to get a desktop optimized version. Let's see how it goes. It's going to push to our staging environment, and then we'll check it out together. Also, I can put the music back on, so give me a second here. All right, music's back on. Let me get some headphones. Oh, I'm excited to see the desktop version of this app to see if it's cool. And then I'll also have to check it on mobile to make sure it still looks good on mobile. Check deployed staging. All right. Looks like everything is it up? I don't know if that's up or not. This looks like the exact same, so I'm a little concerned, but we'll see. Final stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Claude is cleaning up, running some tests to make sure the desktop version is functioning as expected, and then we will go through hand testing it and looking at it at a first look, maybe making some edits. I also always have a notepad open when I go through review and QA because that's how I track the notes. Bruh. Claude is so funny. It just starts talking to itself. It says, the website is live and working on staging, but real images expose something my sample data hid. Let me measure rather than guess. It's like, bro, relax. I think Claude is so funny, bro. Okay. Hello, how will this app vary from Vegas.com app? I actually don't know their app. What's going on, Persauce? Great to meet you. Thanks for popping on in. Let me check out the Vegas.com app on the App Store. I'm gonna download it right now. I know their website. I use their website. I don't like their website because the events are always so similar to what they always have been. So what I mean by that, yeah, their UI is ugly. Is the UI ugly? Well, see, look, the reason why I don't like this is, okay, I don't want to be too blunt. Give me a second. I'm going to move this to this other side. So off the bat, the reason why I don't like Vegas.com is it's clearly trying to push for tourists and visitors, people that are coming to Vegas, right? It's like, oh, you're coming to Vegas, go to Vegas.com, learn about all the different shows we have, learn about how to get your hotel, a flight, tourism. Like it's just things that I personally don't care for. I live in Vegas, so I'm not going to get a hotel in Vegas if I live in Vegas. And a lot of the shows, I've either already seen them or I'm just not interested. If I haven't seen them at this point, it's probably because I don't want to see them. But yeah, I just opened up the Vegas.com app. Let me see how it looks. Appreciate you bringing this up. I didn't realize that. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Our vibe coding is done for right now. So this is like a Vegas app for locals. Yes, exactly. So it's called VegasThisWeekend.com. And the whole point is to focus more on local events. Yes, there might be some recurring events that are, part of the strip, but I've lived here for 2 years and it's been an absolute slog trying to find different places to go to because every website, every app just shows the exact same thing. It's like, oh my gosh, here's Piff the Dragon and his 30th showtime over the past 2 weeks. Like, I'm not going to watch Piff the Dragon again. I'm not going to watch Shin Lim again. I'm not going to go to the O Show again for the same show that I already saw unless they come out with a new one. I don't want to go to the Sphere for the fourth time seeing the exact same headliner each time. So you got events like this where First Friday, if you're a tourist, you're probably not going to First Friday in downtown Las Vegas. Really fun event, happens every first Friday of the month. $10 experience field day. I think this is more structured for families. But, it's a community event trying to help retail vendors, service vendors, carnival games, more family oriented. Fan Geeks Party. It's on the east side. Player One Video Game Bar in Las Vegas. Celebrate the Fanset's 10th anniversary during Star Trek Convention Week. So it's Star Trek Convention Week. They got an event specifically for that. If you're not here for the convention, you probably wouldn't know about that. Local baseball game. Local arena football game. Boxing fight for the locals of like people training in boxing locally. Foster Friday Foundation that's raising money for a foundation. I think it's for pet rescues. So different types of events. They're more unique and just different than the common things that everyone always sees every time they come here. How do you draw local events to display onto your page of events? Great question. This is where everyone is asking the same question, like how do you source your events? Yes, there is an Eventbrite API, but like I said, I'm not looking for the events that Eventbrite has because they're all the same. So a lot of it is using an initial internet scraping tool, using different LLMs to scrape specific websites and specific community hubs, whether that be Facebook groups or Reddit channels talking about different events. But truthfully, a lot of it right now is hand sourcing the events. So if I see a cool event on Instagram or TikTok or just see it on my news feed, I'll manually input it. And what that looks like is here, I have an add event tab where I fill in all the details manually. And then I also have a bulk link tab where depending on the website, if it's like a well-known website that has good structured clean data, I can just input the URL and then the AI agent here will extract all the necessary information to then show up like this. So that's kind of how I do it now. Your app just needs to be promoted and sponsored by businesses. Yeah, exactly. But we're far from that. As you can see on our data here, I got a lot of initial visits from that Reddit post, but I haven't posted since. And because I didn't have email capture or the ability to save to your home screen, only 9 people were able to save it to their home screen, and only 2 people signed up for the newsletter. And truth be told, probably 1,100 people saw it without that. So only like 100 or so people were able to see and save it to their home screen or sign up. So I think it makes sense. It's just going to take some time. Also, this is the Vegas.com app. Thank you for showing this to me. Let me look at what's going on here. Yeah, this is okay. I kind of like it. I mean, it's helpful, but it also feels a little dated. And again, all of the experiences that it has seem to be all on the Strip. Yeah, a lot of it just seems to be on the Strip, and a lot of it are the same recurring events. So yeah, I go, like, look at this. Here, hold up. Let me go full screen and show you. So right here, this is just one example. This is what's it called? Ice bar event. Ice bar event right here. Ice bar event, it's listed 3 times. This ice bar event is listed 3 times on the same day. And if I click on the other days, it's literally listed every single day. And so this is what I'm talking about. If I live here in Vegas and I'm on an event app and I see the same 3 listings the exact same time every single day, it's like, bro, I'm probably not going there. I probably went there once already. One time is enough for a lot of the Strip activities in Vegas, I feel. It's like, if you're going to see the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere, you're probably only seeing them one time, right? Like, no matter how obsessed you are, you're probably only going to see them one time. If you're going to this ice bar place, you're probably going there one time. If you come back with maybe friends and family and you really love the experience, you might invite them to go again. But it's like, I feel like it's similar to watching movies in theaters. It's like, if you go watch a movie in theater, it's awesome. It's great the first time. But unless you really love the movie, you're probably not going back to the theater to watch the exact same movie. I feel like that's how a lot of the events on the Strip are structured. And that's by design, right? It's because so many people come into Vegas for a day or two, a weekend, a week. Like, they come here once a year, perhaps. It's very unlikely that people are coming to, or that you are going to Vegas multiple times a year and then choosing to watch the exact same shows, go to the exact same events every single time. That's my assumption. And then as a local, it's like on steroids. If you're a local, you definitely don't want to do that. Heck yeah, man. I'm happy that you're exploring this. Is this your first app? This is my first app. Well, this is technically my first app for consumers. I've built apps and services before that are for B2B, but that's for my like other work. This is like a fun app that I'm building. A Vegas app is for the tourists visiting the Strip. Okay, makes sense. Your glasses are sick, by the way. Yo, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, these are actually just these are like the blue light glasses. I got them like 2.5 years ago when I started doing a lot of online work and spending most of my days online. But yeah, they help with the strain. All right, so let's dive back into the updates on Vibecoding. Here's where we're at. It's finished. It's on staging, so we'll check out the staging desktop experience. But it says we have updated screen sizes, new navigation, mobile is unchanged. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Let's check out staging and let's see what this actually looks like. All right, first I'm going to look on it on my mobile phone to see how that is. Looks like mobile is unaffected and it looks good. So that's fantastic. I love that. We didn't break anything. That's like the biggest worry is I just break something by shipping, but I'm not. I need to get some for myself. I'm glued to the screen for work. Yeah, dude, honestly, it really does help. And for me, it helps the most during the evening times. I think it puts less strain on my eyes because, like, you know, there's always like that, it feels like a tingly, buzzy feeling on your eyes. I don't get that as much compared to if I just like stared at a screen without these. I love the alcohol-free slider. Dude, thank you, man. That's what a lot of people were saying. All right, so look at this now. We have the desktop version. It's not ideal in the sense that it's not fully wide, but I think that's okay because I think in the future, if this starts to get some traction, we essentially have the right side for ad space. So people can purchase ads and we just plop it in here. So I think it's fine as is. We have today, this weekend, anytime. So already on the mobile app experience versus this is what it used to look like on desktop versus now this. So it's a little bit wider. You get more of the information, larger icons, and then the filters are very easily chosen up here. Price is also chosen, and then you get alcohol free or not. So I think overall, I think this is great. Honestly, I'm more than happy to ship this. Sports, very nice. Let's go music. Get rid of sports. Clear all. I'm thoroughly impressed with how vibe coding is so clean. I think if you give it good directions and have a clear vision, this really does help with, you know, getting apps out there. Because we literally just ran that. It ran for 40 minutes while I was recording a YouTube video, and boom, we have a desktop version. Obviously, a lot of the bulk of the work was already done, but like, I think that's pretty cool. And so if you click on the heart, you save it. It goes to your saved list. If I click it again, oh, that's an error. I should be able to click here and unheart it. Aha, okay, we found a bug. Let me write that down. Boom, you guys saw me find a bug. If I click again on a heart that's already selected, it should be able to be unsaved and removed from my save list. On both mobile is added to my list. If I click the heart again, it should remove the color and also remove the event from my saved list. All right, so we already found a bug, so that's good. Really like it, especially for locals. They won't need a lot from the site, just what events are needed, where to go, how to get the tickets, and done. I like the simplicity, yeah, how helpful this is. Dude, I appreciate that, man. That really does mean a lot. Do you happen to live here in Vegas? If you do, that's awesome. I mean, feel free to use it. I'd love to get your honest feedback. All right, so we found a bug here. And then the other thing I want to test, if you click into it, you should get a more detailed view. Okay, cool. So it does get a more detailed view. I could save it, go to the event website, goes immediately to the website. Perfect. Consolidated place, go back to the list. Let's check out another event, this boxing one. Let's go to the event website. Boom, this is boxing. Great. Let's go get tickets. Okay, tickets is the same thing. Buy tickets. Perfect. Okay. That all functions as expected. Same thing here. If I click save on a... Yeah, same thing here. Same problem here. But when you are in an expanded event card and hit save, it grays out the save button. I should be able to click it again to unsave it and remove it from my list. So we're actually going to call those out, but let's look at the open and maps here. Is this where they're holding it? Yeah, this is where they're holding the event. So all the links work. Everything looks good. And then we could delete these. See what's going on. Perfect. Sign up looks good. Okay, everything looks good except for that bug. So we're just gonna talk to the Claude Code and get that added. Went through it and overall looks great, clean, and simple. The only fixes are as follows and applies to this desktop version as well as the original mobile optimized version. Let's align on how to tackle this before debugging. All right, now we input the feedback and let's see what it says. You're in New Jersey, only went to the strip once last year, but that's it. Vegas was the furthest west I've been. Nice, dude. I'm also from New Jersey. I grew up in South New Jersey. I don't see your, let's go. One thing, the margin for the background for the filters on top is a bit narrow. Maybe either increase or blend it in with the main background. Let me see what you're saying here. Is there margin? Oh, you're talking about this darker square? Is that what you're talking about? Dude, I didn't even see that. Oh, you're right. Oh, dude, you have a crazy good eye. Yeah, you're right. You can see when you start scrolling, it's just this black box here. Oh, dude, insane. That's the first thing you notice. Am I blind? These glasses aren't helping, man. These glasses aren't helping. All right, let's add that feedback in. The sticky navigation bar that holds the filters and the day time is too narrow and similar in color to the overall background. It needs to stand out a bit more and increase in overall size. Let's see here. Whoa. Okay. I can keep the trash icon. All right. I hope this doesn't break it because I just threw in another task as it was trying to answer the original task. So we'll see. But those are 3 solid pieces of feedback. And again, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And going back to marketing, distribution, and like iteration, this is what I'm saying. Like, you need to be aware of listening to the people that actually use it or played around with it. Because if you have a closed mind, like, you can't survive in this world, bro. Like, you need to be malleable. You need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to make adjustments and like just admit and see that, oh wow, I didn't see that. Let's figure out how we can improve. So thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot. I'm in North Jersey. I want to explore more west, especially I'm hiking Colorado. This fall is definitely my bucket list. Yeah, for sure, dude. The West Coast is great, man. I lived in LA in California for 4 years. I visited Colorado, Washington, Oregon a decent amount for hiking. Beautiful spots. I've lived in Vegas now, Kansas City, Missouri, Melbourne, Florida, Hyattsville, Maryland. Where else? Villanova, Pennsylvania, near Atlantic City, New Jersey. Lots of places. Rochester, New York. I lived there. I forgot about that. Okay, all 3 recommendations taken. All right, sweet. So this is going out and building it. Mr. Worldwide. Yeah, right. I want to travel more, man. I feel like I still don't know. I still feel like I know so little about the world. I'm not gonna lie. I want to experience the world more. But yeah, hopefully you make it out to the West Coast. Get that checked off on your bucket list, brother. Sounds like a good time. All right, so we got the save functionality fixed and corrected. Now it's fixing the sticky chrome navigation bar. Taller, lifted off the background so it's more obvious. Fantastic. Def next year, want to include a solo Euro trip. Poland, Germany, France, Spain, can't wait. Bro, that sounds epic. I solo traveled for the first time 2 years ago. Liberating. I definitely will say there were a handful of moments where I was like, oh man, it'd be kind of nice to share this moment with somebody. But 85% of the time I was like, yo, I'm out here solo. This is exciting. And it was awesome. I also want to solo travel more. But sadly, I can't do that. At least not right now. I gotta get my businesses up and running efficiently, bro. I'm in the grind phase right now. For better or for worse. But at least it's fun. I get to live stream and whatnot. Granted, this doesn't really add to the business part. This is more of like a fun project that I'm turning into content and whatnot. But it's still really fun, and I'm learning a lot. So very exciting. All right, now we're building and testing. Should be all going to staging. Let's get it. Yeah, and then next week I'll probably focus on editing all these videos. I have like 2 or 3 videos I got to work on. And yeah, honestly, now that I'm not putting pressure on myself to post a video every single day, it like feels fun. I can kind of take it at my own pace, which I prefer. Still great interpersonal skills, keeping up with talking instead of quietness and coding alone. Oh, dude, that's such a good point. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you being here to help me with the interpersonal, man. Yeah, I feel like I've been alone building in my own little echo chamber talking to AI all day. It's probably not healthy. It's for the all of humanity, it's probably not healthy for any of us, but here we are. But yeah, no, you got to get out. Yeah, that's why on the weekends I definitely try to mix things up with doing different new events, meeting different people, having conversation. You need it. You really do. So I hope you're able to do that too. I mean, it sounds like you're a pretty sociable guy, and I'm also just it's the fact that maybe your background is in like software engineering or something. Like it seems like you know a lot about this, which is like that's awesome. Heck yeah, man. One big goal for me is to get better at tech talk. Ooh, what you mean tech talk? What is that? That can mean anything. What do you mean by that? Tech talk. That also sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a tech talk guy. You know, just talk about tech. Graduated in computer science, not really software. Hey, I knew it. I felt it. I was like, yo, this guy's definitely in the comp sci, the developer, the software type of vibe. Drawn to computer vision. Do I even know what that is? I don't think I know what that is. Whoa, I didn't even know what this was. This is fascinating. What the heck? Is this like the new stuff people are learning about? Like to you, AI is like decades ago. Computer vision is a field of artificial intelligence that trains computers to see, process, and understand digital images and videos the way humans do. It converts visual inputs into numerical pixel data, extracts patterns using machine learning models, and triggers real. Wait, isn't this is essentially what Scale AI did, right? Like being able to image process. I think they started with automotive AI. It's super fun training models to interpret what cameras see. Dude, this is the future, man. Everyone's definitely talking about the. I'm pretty sure Scale AI just got acquired, or like significantly acquired. Oh, that wasn't recent. That was last year. I'm so behind, bro. I am so behind. Was this actually last year? Oh, wow. It was last year. Oh, my gosh. Yikes. I'm really fascinated with Ray-Ban Metas. That's what I'm fascinated by. But yeah, Meta bought 49% of Scale AI for $14.3 billion. Holy. Yeah, I mean, from what I read, it sounded like they process all the imagery and all the videos, and then they have a human layer where they're outsourcing, like hundreds, probably thousands of people to look at frame by frame and identify what's in this box so that the AI algorithm can understand what it's looking at. Is that true? Autonomous vehicles, AI security, Meta glasses, VR, Google. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the Ray-Ban Metas. I literally just recorded a video for using those yesterday. It could be cool to vibe code like image processing live stream. You think I should start doing that? That could be fun. Like I was thinking, like, what if you just AI recorded random objects, like like go like this, and then the AI model could tell you, oh, that's a Rubik's Cube. Like, oh, that's a pen. Oh, this is a Arduino, what's it called? Raspberry Pi. Like, that'd be kind of cool, right? I don't know. I already saw, do you know Joma? Let me show you this Joma video. Joma Tech Wah guitar. Yeah, this thing.
This is a story.
Bro. Dude, why is Threads terrible? Bro, does he not have his video here? Why does he make it so difficult, bro? This is so ridiculous. Just tell me. Okay, there it is. Okay, we'll watch this. We'll watch this in a second. Yeah, object detection is super great to get into for computer vision. There are many pre-built models that do that. Oh, dang. I learned a lot during my internship about helping with the software side with smart glasses for golfing. Record your swing and based off tracking and initial ball movement, it's dumped in a trajectory engine and creates a full trajectory of the golf ball. And that sends to the mobile app on your phone. Dude, that's insane, bro. That sounds exciting. That's so cool. Brother, I'm, what's it called? Can I add? Dude, I'd love to learn more about that. I mean, obviously I'm a newbie to all this. What's your take on how best I can start getting my feet wet with all this? Also, while you answer that, we're gonna watch this. This is the Wah thing I was telling you about that I think he did the visual stuff for.
This is a story. This is a story of how I built a wah-wah pedal for my mouth. One afternoon, I was playing some Jimi Hendrix, but something was missing. That extra... I decided to look for a wah-wah pedal to buy, and to my surprise, I gasped.
That's more than a codec subscription.
And that's when I decided to do some research. What exactly is wah-wah? At first, I wanted to build a physical wah-wah pedal, but then I looked at my hands. These aren't soldering hands. These are typing hands. I felt defeated and covered my mouth in despair, as one does when one is in despair. That's when I realized the answer had been right under my nose. I swapped to codecs and started building. Everything looked great, but when playing, there was a huge latency issue. So codecs helped me debug this and fixed it. Beautiful. I just saved $200 and I look damn cool playing guitar now.
There you have it. The wall camera. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, now it's implementing some changes. Free code camp. It was a good starter for CV topics, but before that, I think getting more conceptual stuff is vital. I learned those in my classes, but for sure on YouTube, there's many visual animations on the intro to computer vision. I'll find some. Dude, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, if you could share any resources like that, that'd be exciting. Because, yeah, honestly, with this Vegas this weekend project, in terms of vibe coding, this is kind of close to its full end. Now the pipeline is really just finding different events to populate with. Like, other than that, it's really not that. There's really not much to vibe code anymore. At least not as it is right now, because, you know, I built the platform. It does what it needs to do. It ingests events. Like, that's all it really needs now. Now it just needs more events. It doesn't really need to fix the UI UX. It just needs more events populated, so larger inventory, and then marketing and distribution. That's pretty much it. And then once there's enough volume, you know, maintaining the newsletter or partnering with local businesses or venues. But right now the vibe coding aspect is done. All that to say, I'm kind of trying to figure out different new projects to pursue, and the visual one sounds like a fun thing to attempt. I also was thinking about a different kitchen timer project, so I might work on that next. We'll see. I'm sure you're good at calculus though, right? Yeah, I mean, I did all the way up to calculus 3 in college, and then we went to differential equations or linear algebra and all that stuff. Freaking row reduction. That stuff was nonsense. But dude, that was years ago. I mean, I'm probably not doing it now. I'd probably need like a day or two to refresh on specific topics, and then I could tackle equations. But off the top of my head, I don't know freaking calculus right now. You'll be fine, bruh. Bruh. Sorry, wrong thing. Don't look at that. I gotta delete that actually. Okay. Bruh. Thanks for watching. Yeah, bro. Thanks for watching. Peace. The University of Dartmouth has a computer science intro course. Oh, computer vision. Okay. I was going to say, dude, comp sci, I tried that in college. Not for me, man. That's why vibe coding is awesome. I tried coding on my own. Horrendous experience. Not for me. But vibe coding, I have the vision. I have the ability to work cross-functionally, manage stakeholders, do all that sort of thing. But in terms of the hard dev work, I was never good at it. I could barely get, Hello World to work on a couple of different languages. But yeah, now with vibe coding, I'm able to really get things going. All right, let's see what the updates were. Okay, sweet. It added the heart updates, the detail buttons, and then sticky chrome. Okay, sweet. Let's look at the updated version. Let's check it out. Okay. I still don't understand how you noticed that so quickly, but you're right. Now we have updated this little purple gradient. It's kind of funky, but it is what it is. I feel like just making this a different color would work. Like, why does everything have to be so dark? But that's fine. It's fine. Click. Oh, yeah. Clicking and unclicking works. As you can see here on the top left, it saves and unsaves. And then if I click into it, I can click again. Save, saved, saved, saved. Let's go. See how easy that was? I can debug things in 2 seconds. That was crazy. I mean, obviously that took like 15 minutes, but really nice. It's like reading someone else's writing. If it's your own, sometimes you won't see it, but someone else might immediately see it. Dude, see, you got the knowledge, bro. You got the insights, the expertise. That's good, man. Yeah, thanks for the call out. It looks better now. I mean, again, it's not perfect, but going back to the initial like marketing, distribution, the bottleneck for vibe coding, it's really about getting in front of people now. So where this is now, there's a full desktop version, a full mobile version. I'm happy with it as is. And then if I get enough traction, eventually turn it into an actual mobile app. But this is all in staging. Let's push this to live. Testing, all checked through. Wait, let's use voice. It's so much easier. All right, great job. Tested and did QA on the staging site. All functionality works as expected and as desired. This looks good. Let's push it all to production. Get this live for both mobile optimized as well as this new desktop optimized version. And then after that, update our progression log to map out what we've done today and next steps for our next session. All right, now we're just going to let this run. The heck? Crazy. Easy, bro. It's all voice. It's all voice. Nothing will be perfect, but with continuous positive additions, it'll be as good as it can. 100%, man. That's all we got. Little iterations to improve. Oh, we got a YouTube video? Let's check this out. Image classification, object detection, image segmentation, optical character recognition, image acquisition, pre-processing, feature extraction, deep learning prediction, self-driving cars, healthcare, retail, security, programming tools, specific. Okay. Dang, bro. Yeah, this is the wave, huh? cool crash course vids I saw. Dude, thanks for sharing. We probably won't watch them here, but let's pull them up, see what they look like.
Computer vision explained in 5 minutes. Hi, everybody.
All right. I hate this AI-esque voice, but let's see how far we can push into this right now on stream.
If you're looking to start your career as a computer vision professional from scratch, then you are in the right place. Computer
let's see
vision,
it.
or CV, is a branch of computer science that empowers machines to see, recognize, and process images just like humans. Computer vision is, in fact, a multidisciplinary field. It could be called a subfield of artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML. Computer vision makes use of general learning algorithms and may require the use of specialized methods. This diagram shows the relationship between artificial intelligence and computer vision. Being a multidisciplinary field of study can seem messy for a beginner. The reason for this is some techniques are borrowed and reused from an assortment of engineering and computer science fields. Understanding the content of digital images is the main objective of computer vision.
Makes
This
sense.
might seem easy, but it's not so because computers are
Bro, he said this might seem easy. How does that seem easy? How do you translate what a human sees to a computer? Bruh.
not the same as humans. They don't have the gift of vision and perception. While seeing and perceiving the world around them comes naturally to humans, that's not the case with computers.
That's crazy.
How do computer vision algorithms work? The computer vision algorithms used today are based on pattern recognition. They typically rely on convolutional neural networks, or CNNs. Computers are first trained on an enormous amount of visual data. In this step, computers process images and label the various objects on them. They also find patterns in those objects. For instance, if we send 1 million images of cats, the computer will first analyze all the images. It will then identify patterns that are similar to all cats, and at the end of the whole process, create a model cat. As a result, the computer can accurately detect whether or not a particular image is a cat each time we send it pictures. The unprecedented growth of computer vision. Images dominate the internet today.
True.
They are everywhere. Social media, e-commerce stores.
I don't know if he's going to get into it, but now what's interesting is because so many images are based and created from AI, and that the amount of content and visual image, visual video that have just flooded the internet over the past like even just 2 years is astronomical. I would assume it's exponentially more content than we've seen ever, and see how that actually impacts these computer vision services, platforms, software, and see if it's like breaking them. Because it's like, oh my gosh, all of what we know is so different now. And now, unless you're able to filter those out so it doesn't ingest that to train, again, this is outside looking in. I got no clue if what I'm saying is even relevant or not, but that's where my head went to just now.
Travel sites, and more. But along with an enormous amount of visual data, over 3 billion images are shared every day, we also have easy access to the computing power needed to analyze this data. Computer vision is a booming field due to the latest advancements in this field. It's true that the field of computer vision has grown exponentially in the last few years alone. New hardware and advanced algorithms have ensured that the accuracy rates for object identification are high. In less than a decade, the improvement in the accuracy percentage has been phenomenal. It's gone up from 50% to 99%, making today's systems more accurate than humans.
Wow.
It's an accepted fact that computers react much more quickly than humans to visual inputs. The applications of computer vision. The earliest experiments in computer vision began in the 1950s. Computer vision was, however, first put to commercial use only in the 1970s to differentiate typed text from handwritten text. But today, computer vision is a reliable and mature technology that generates huge cost savings and saves time, from defect detection to intruder detection, mask detection to tumor detection, crop monitoring to plant monitoring, vehicle classification to traffic flow analysis,
Wow.
and from customer tracking to theft detection, the
makes
applications of computer vision are truly varied. Computer vision is used extensively in the following
Oh,
fields:
dude, looking at this screen in particular is really tough. These colors
retail
are
and manufacturing,
these colors are
transportation, insurance,
a lot. That orange is
media,
crazy.
agriculture, healthcare, sports, banking, augmented reality and mixed reality, home security, and content management and analysis. The most popular computer vision applications include
Jesus.
object classification, recognizing the broad category of an object in a photograph; object identification, identifying the type of object in a photograph; object detection, detecting the location of an object in a photograph; object verification,
Oh, this
verifying
orange,
the presence of an
man.
object
My
in a
gosh.
photograph; object landmark detection, detecting the key points for an object in a photograph; object segmentation, segmenting the pixels that belong to an object in an image; and object recognition, recognizing the objects in a photograph and pinpointing their location. Your path to computer vision mastery. We have an in-depth course on the AI Sciences platform that covers computer vision. We also have a short course on computer vision for beginners.
Bro.
Name of the course: Computer Vision Theory and Projects in Python for Beginners, 18 sections. You'll learn the core concepts of the computer vision field in this course. The important elements of this course are the 2 hands-on projects in the concluding section: change detection in CCTV cameras and smart DVRs. Name of the second course:
Brother, man.
Mastering Computer
What
Vision,
is this?
Theory and Projects in Python, 323
This
lessons.
combination of orange
In this
and blue,
in-depth
I've
course,
never seen
you'll learn
anything
to
more
master
horrendous.
the basic concepts of
that it's,
computer
like,
vision first.
struck
Next,
pain
you'll
in
move
my
onward
eyes
to
so
advanced
quickly.
concepts.
What?
If you're interested in learning more about becoming a computer vision professional, then be sure to check out our courses at the first link in the description. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos helping you to start your data
Very
science
cool.
and AI.
Dude, thanks for sharing. AI Sciences, this is pretty cool. So yeah, it's a bit, I don't think it's like ugly. I just think the contrast is so harsh that it just makes your eyes want to cry. Depends on how the models are trained. Yeah, since most of them are usually trained with raw data obtained and verified by the creator, I say AI generated images will still kind of be tough with very specifically trained models, but for general models like identifying a cat, an AI generated cat will definitely pass. Or the other thing I was saying is, like, it might taint the idea, or not the idea, but it'll taint the computer's interpretation of what true is. So if you say, for example, you have a cat thing that you 100% think that it identifies real cats versus fake cats versus not cats. And now with the amount of AI cats that have been created, it starts to forget what true cat is and starts to get tainted and says, you know, a lot of these AI cats get passed as true cats or not cats, but not AI cats. I don't know if that's a great way to explain it, but that's kind of where my head was. But this is fascinating. I'm very curious about this because it definitely seems like it's going to be, I mean, it is already. Let's look at the industry and the growth. Oh, hold on. Computer vision. (2026) Certain pilots, Comstack, computer vision market grew by $4 billion. Dang, that's only in healthcare. I mean, $4 billion. That's a fifth. That's a 20% growth. No, what is this number coming from? Oh, driven. Okay, I see. In healthcare, it sounds like. I'm going to ask Gemini something, see what it says. In terms of industries, surrounding related to artificial intelligence here in 2026, what is the general outlook of all the adjacent industries that will be impacted by this? Specifically looking at manufacturing side of things, the infrastructure side of things, computer vision, AI software layer, and maybe add 2 other relevant industries or associations with AI, specifically on their total market size and their predicted or expected growth rate in the next coming years. BRB? For sure, man. I'm probably not going to stay on too much longer. We're just going to make sure that the visual code is good, and it looks like it's almost done. We'll check out the live version. We'll do a little bit more research, and then I'm going to hop off, but definitely hit me up. I added you on Twitch, I think, but you can find me on Instagram or something. But we'd love to talk more or see you on the next streams. It's really fascinating. Honestly, I had no idea that this was what the industry was called. I thought it was just called image processing, but computer vision sounds cool because it's literally the vision of a computer. All right, let's see. Projection, manufacturing AI. Dude, I hate how Google doesn't open up the full tab. Like, it's literally one column. You couldn't just extend this? Like, bro, what are you doing? Manufacturing AI is expected to grow significantly. Computer vision, yeah, 20%. That's about right with the chart that we just looked at. AI software, nearly 30%. Healthcare, yeah, healthcare AI is massive. I feel like everyone's talking about radiology and how that job's going to disappear, but it's definitely not going to disappear. Cybersecurity, yeah, right now it's called, I think, the Black Cat Convention or something. Okay, nope, Black Hat. I think it's Black Hat. There you go. Black Hat. August 1st to 6th. So today is the 7th. Everyone's partying today. Yeah, usually they hack some company that's here. Very interesting. Rapid growth for manufacturing AI. That's to be expected with all the data centers deploying actual production centers. Maintenance on factory downtime. Okay. Physical and compute infrastructure. That's like the NVIDIAs of the world. Infrastructure, accelerators. Yeah. 20%. Dude, this manufacturing for 45% is nuts. Computer vision, expect a little slight smaller growth, but still growth nonetheless. Inspection vision systems, multimodal vision language models. The hell does that mean? Vision language models that function on like 3 different ones? What the heck? What is this, mate? Both image, video, and text data simultaneously to reason, answer questions, and generate human-like text responses? Huh? Extract, summarize text, charts, and data tables for... Oh, but that's what AI does already, right? Isn't it? Yeah, I see what it is. Very interesting. Maybe it's talking about something I don't understand. It's very likely. All right, let's look at the AI software and layers and platforms. Developer fine-tuning suites, end user application software. Agentic automation platforms. Okay, this is where I'm most currently in, which is the software application layer of like how people are implementing it in businesses to essentially increase revenue, decrease not decrease, but like increase efficiencies, all that good stuff. Very interesting. This is expected to grow 30%, 25%. That's not bad. AI, yeah, everyone's talking about healthcare, honestly. Drug discovery is pretty cool. Clinical trials, okay. Speed up those. Generative AI is automated medical scribing and post-discharge care. Yeah, I mean this seems very normal. It's like post-discharge, what you're supposed to do after operation, after surgery or whatever. And then this is obviously huge. I expected this to be larger. I was expecting this to be one of the highest growth potentials, but I guess not. Maybe people are getting smarter to it. I don't know. And then this is the crash course. Yeah, this one I'll watch off stream, I think. Your computer will detect when you are happy and start a forced 10 gigabyte update to swipe off the smile on your face. Oh my gosh, this is from 2023. I'm so behind. You know, very cool. I might be diving deeper into computer vision sometime soon, ladies and gents. All right, well, with that though, let's pause this. Let's get back to the vibe code, and it should be done, and we should be able to see our live system here. So this is the verified output. He said it works. I'm going to pull it up on my phone to make sure it works on my mobile device because it's all pushed to the live production, and it should not have affected the mobile experience. It seems like it has not. So that is good. Let me pull this up. Aha, on mobile. On mobile, the save does work, actually. Wait a second. On mobile, there is a slight bug. But let's check out the desktop version. All right, desktop version works. This looks good. Okay, desktop is good. The only change is one small bug fix on mobile when in the list. Why am I typing this? One small bug on the mobile version of Vegas this weekend. When you're in the list view and hit the heart icon, it saves it and adds it to the save list. But it won't let me click again to unsave it. The only way I can unsave it is if I go to the save list and hit delete, or if I open up the full detail card on that event and click on the saved button with the past tense. So the error, the bug is really just on the initial list view and being able to click it a second time to unsave an event. All right, that's the only bug I found. After this one, we're going to be done, and then we're going to close the stream, and I'll probably live stream again probably sometime next week. There is a chance that I'm able to stream this weekend, but it's really only if I'm able to figure out which project I want to tackle next because, yeah, like I said, there's not much more vibe coding happening with this. It's just going to be marketing and populating the app with more events. Going to this event. Boxing event sounds fun. I don't think I'm going to go to any event today. Yeah. This one maybe, but I've gone there a handful of times. Not feeling it today. I kind of just want to, after this, go to the gym and chill afterwards. Cook myself a nice dinner. That sounds good. Something is eating my second tap. What is it? You're saying it's on my end. Oh, I get it. I see what's happening. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, I understand the error. Okay, after further inspection, I've found out what the error is. The second tap works, but the issue is when I initially tap on the heart, the surrounding area of the heart also highlights in a light pink color. And so when I click again, the light pink color stays and the heart is still filled in even though it's unselected. It's only until I scroll that removes the light pink surrounding area as well as the pink heart. But initially it just looks like the heart and the surrounding area stay pink even after double clicking. Okay, boom, iterating on the fly. So let's see if this better understands what that means. Because all that means is the second click is registering, but it's not showing up visually in the color scheme that's changing. He's actually right. On touch, there's no pointer to leave, so iOS applies on tap. It sticks until you scroll or tap elsewhere. After the second tap, the event really is unsaved. Blank is removed, but the stuck hover keeps the heart pink and paints the pink surrounding. So it looks like nothing happened. Scrolling clears the hover and the truth shows. Also explains why my tests all pass. I started on state, not on painted color. To clear about ownership, this hover rule predates this session. It was invisible before because you could never unsave from the list, so the stuck pink always happened to match reality. Making unsaved work is what exposed it. Let me find every rule with the same defect rather than patch just this one. I don't think there's any other rule. It's probably just that one. I really hope this doesn't break it. Okay, it actually looks pretty straightforward. Gotta go. Tree fell down from storm and it's blocking our road. What the heck? Bro, good luck with that. Hopefully that, hopefully you're able to clean it up. And no worries when you're coming back or not. I'm here. I'll be going live here and there. So you can always reach me. Great to meet you, man. Thanks for sharing about computer vision. And who knows, maybe the next project I work on is around computer vision. So thank you. Imi Badali, hello, welcome from YouTube. Great to see you. Is this prototype or are you about to launch it? This actually launched last week. This is what it is. This is the desktop version. It's essentially a event discovery app specifically built for Vegas locals. It's focusing more on local events that are unique and not recurring, not the same things that you see every single day for the Strip. And that is the premise. So this is the website, VegasThisWeekend.com. Today in this session, we made a desktop version. Before it was just a mobile version. And now we're launching that and we're debugging one of the bugs that I found on the session about saving on mobile. So once this is done, we're actually going to test it and then we're going to end the stream. A little shorter stream, but well, we got 2 hours. Pretty decent amount of time actually. Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. But yeah, not a prototype. It's launched. It's in production. We got over 1,000 people to use it, which is great. Gave me a lot of great feedback, which is what drove a lot of these changes. Ooh, nice. All right, now it's going to be on staging. So we're going to test on staging. A lot of times you won't really need to test on staging before production, but I think it's just good practice to do so. But I feel like a lot of people are just a lot of times just going straight from ideation to coding to debugging and then just go straight to production, which could be, you know, for better or for worse. It could be really bad. You might break something, but you know, always good practice to go to staging first. So that is this staging. Okay, works on desktop. Let me go to staging on my mobile phone. No, let me test it on mobile first. What is this, staging? Yep. Perfect. It works. It works on mobile, works on staging. Perfect. Good to go. Today's session. Sweet. Oh, that's great. But question is, why would people install or go to separate web just for events instead of Google? Yeah, big reason is I live here in Las Vegas. I've lived here the past 2 years, and every single week when I try to figure out new events to go to, I have to go check out like 5 or 6 different websites that are Vegas specific, because the top searches, when you go to Google, the top results you'll get are all the exact same shows that you see on the strip every single week. So for example, I type in what to do in Vegas this weekend, and AI only looks at what's happening on the strip, because these are the big companies, the big traffic websites. They have all of the pull, all of the traffic, which is the comedy show at MGM, Sebastian at the Wynn, Cirque du Soleil, Jabberwockies. I believe 3 of 4 of these are all the same every single week. Michael Jackson show every single week. Penn and Teller, Chris Angel, Piff the Dragon, all the exact same thing. Pool parties, sightseeing, all the exact same things, all focused on the strip. The strip has all of the engagement, all of the traffic. But if you're a local, you don't want that. Like, I've seen this every single, not even every single week. I see this every single day. And so this app, I get events that are more local, more unique, that are more difficult to find. They're not like crazy difficult, but you have to look through different websites like Visit Las Vegas, Eventbrite, Las Vegas Weekly, Neon, the Fremont Street. Like, there's so many different websites that are trying to be everything. I'm trying to focus specifically on Las Vegas locals or people visiting Vegas that want to see something that's not on the strip and the events that show up there. So that's the main distinction. All right, commit docs and sync branch. Let's do it. Sync it up, boyo. So yeah, to answer your question, they can Google it, but it's they're not going to get what I provide in terms of the events and activities. What most people will get are just the same old shows that everyone sees every single day in Vegas. All right, looks like it's done. Let's recap what we built today, and then we're gonna end stream. So sessions closed, local staging all gone. What's shipped today: desktop layout, saving, hover state, and the log. Honest note on the last one: your diagnosis is better. I was chasing a double tap to zoom theory. You'd already spotted the pink surround was the tell. Worth naming why it slipped past me. It's fine. I can't expect AI to know everything. And yeah, I'm the actual user, so you need to test it. I have to test it myself. Next session is sourcing. Yeah, so we need more events. That's fine. Great. We can... actually, that's it. All right, ladies and gents. We did it. Well, actually, here, I'll do one last poll. You can see the final product here. This is on the desktop. So now we publish this desktop version, which looks great. And then we also have a mobile version. You can click, unclick. The navigation sticky bar looks good now. So now you can find some cool events. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for being here. Really appreciate your time. Really appreciate your interest in this, sharing your comments, chatting with me. It was great to meet some of you guys, some of the new viewers that popped in, learning about computer vision, learning about marketing your Vibecoded app, and how I got my first 1,000 users using Reddit, and how you can too. And then shipped a new version, a desktop version of our Vegas This Weekend app. Debugged both the desktop and the mobile version, got them all launched. Everything looks clean. And now it's really about marketing and distribution, as well as stockpiling more inventory, which means adding more events to the platform. Outside of that, that's pretty much the end to Vegas This Weekend in terms of showing up on live stream and vibe coding it. It's kind of at its adulthood in terms of being a vibe coded app, because now it's literally just an events app that the more traffic I get, the better, which means I just need to populate it with more events and talk about it more, share it with more people. Outside of that, until we actually go to develop this in an actual phone app, it's probably the end of it. So I'll be brainstorming this weekend for new ideas for things to vibe code. If you have ideas, definitely let me know. Shoot me a comment. And it might be in computer vision, or it might be trying to mix an AI product with a physical hardware product that I've been thinking about for a new modern version of a kitchen timer. So keep you posted on that. Nonetheless, thank you all again. Appreciate you joining. All the love. And as always, stay safe, stay you. Imi Badali, bye. Goodbye. Thanks for being here, y'all. I'm just going to nod my head to the music for the outro. Wait, can I do it? That was pretty good. Oh. All right. I'm not gonna lie. That looked good. All right, everyone. I'm truly signing off now. Goodbye. Thank you.